If you like anime, you may be very sad because you have probably a dream that is that someday you could go to Japan and speak to Japanese people and like consume a bunch of Japanese stuff in Japan. But Japan may be dying. Japan may be one of the most dying nations out there because how do you die? Well, you gotta be alive first. And Japan, it's very alive. It's very alive, but it's very close to dying. Why? Because the yen is so weak. And Japan economy is also on the downfall. So how do you pump up an economy? Well, you reduce interest rates. Basically, the money that you need to give back on top of the money that you borrowed when you borrow money from the bank. So like if you have an interest rate of like 4%, and you borrow $100, then the next year you're gonna have to give $104 back. All is fine, but when you want to push people into like investing and like making businesses and stuff like that, you want to make borrowing easier. You want to make borrowing cheaper. How do you do that? Simple, pal, money free. Money, you get $100. Next time you give $100 and 1 cent. What is 1 cent? Nothing. Okay, so that's basically what Japan made. They decided to do that. And like, what is wrong with this? Well, the thing that is wrong with this is like when you have a really easy way to make money, then the money is worth less because like more people have more money. So like it's basic inflation stuff, you know? Oh my gosh, I almost fucking fucked it up. I should not try to do those fucking tricky things. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Thank you. And so, inflation. But like Japan is like, well, that's fine because inflation, we love something else with inflation. We love the fact that like all of our debt that we have, which have a lot of debt as a government, all of our debt is in yen. So like if you ask, if we owe us, like we owe you guys like trillions of yen, then like if the yen is weaker, then it's gonna be easier to give you the trillions of yen that you want back. And technically we make money from like not having a strong currency. The only problem is that Japanese people, when their lives getting worse, they see like tourists, and the tourists, their lives is getting better because they're fucking tourists. And their money is worth more. Oh my gosh, that was smart. That was smart. I'm going on the edge. That's crazy. And so that's problematic as it is like problematic enough. But like it's sustainable kind of. It's like, oh, we can like save face a little bit. Like, ooh, I'm Japan, but look, my economy is doing not too bad. Look at it. It's fine. I have a little bit of inflation, a little bit of debt, but who doesn't? Who doesn't nowadays, you know? Who doesn't in 2026? And so that was the state of Japan. But then when you're a little smarty investor in the US, you see the Japan having this whole thing where like you can borrow money for free. What? Wait a minute. What if I borrowed money for free in Japan, turn it into dollars, and then invest money with those dollars, and then with the investment gains, then I can give back the money and get like a little bonus, you know? Basically a free bonus that nobody's gonna, like, there is no problem with the bonus. It's like literally free money out of thin air. It's basically like you give me a way to like get 4% back, and then I just give back like 0.1%. Like, because like think about it. If you borrow money from Japan, it's free. It's like you get $100 for free, and then you could like put the $100 on something that gives like 5% return. It's really easy to do that. You just like choose a stock or like any bond or like any debt, for example. You could like buy debt from other countries where the interest rate is like higher. You could buy the debt. And you have the 5%. So that means like in 1 year you have 105. And you're like, well, fuck, I gotta give my $100 back to Japan. But the thing is, you need to give only $100 back. You get $5 for free. But like now think that with millions of dollars, $100 million, then you get 5 million, and then you give the 5 million, you get 5 million for free, basically. I'm like, oh, it's fucking free money, dude. It's free money. So American and like all around the world, investors, they try to do that thing where they would get the money from Japan and then invest it and then give it back, and that would be called the yen carry trade. It's basically we carry the yen and then we trade with it, and it's great. It's great. It would work really well. The thing is, Japan is fucking losing on that trade because the more people borrow like that, the more money is on the market, and the more inflation rises, you know? And so like Japan, their inflation is getting even worse because a bunch of people that are not Japanese are borrowing the money. The whole concept was we lower interest rates so people can invest in Japanese stuff. Nope. Get fucked. We steal your money from you. They will like you sacrificed a bunch to get. We fucking steal that money. And then we invest on American things or like international stocks, you know? And so Japan feels kind of betrayed by that, and it's also worsening their economy. So they're trying to push away the investors. They're like, hey, stop. It's my thing. But like you display the thing and it's free. Everybody can get it. They're like, no, it's not free for you, but like I can't verify it, but it's not free for you. You know, it's that type of thing. And so how do they do that? How do they stop investors from stealing away the free money that they were supposed to give to the Japanese people? Well, they could probably find a way to like limit it to Japanese people, but like they can't check what they're doing with the money. So that the Japanese people themselves could like just turn it into dollars and then invest and then the same thing. It wouldn't stop the problem, you know? It wouldn't stop the problem. So what can they do? Well, they can scare investors specifically by buying yen. Because when they buy yen, that means there's less yen on the market. That means the yen is going to be worth more. So think about it. You got like 1,000 yen. Imagine. It's very, very low thing. 1,000 yen, you get it for free. You're like, okay, then I'm gonna get like 40 yen at the end. It's basically nothing, you know. But 1,000 yen, let's say at first it's worth like $5. $5. So you get $5. You expect to get a 5% return. So you're gonna get like 5%. So it's like 2.5 for 50. So you get like 0.25. 0.25 cents. And you're like, oh, that's pretty good. I'm gonna take it. And then Japan, they buy yen. They buy yen with dollars. Okay? There we go. They buy yen with dollars. So what happens is that now your yen is not worth $5. It would be worth... Oh my gosh, I fucked it up again. I hate myself. Am I gonna lose all the progress that I made? Probably. So now your yen is not worth $5. It's worth like 10, you know? Okay? So you're like, well, that's bad because I don't have the yens anymore. My whole concept is that I'm gonna turn my dollar investments into yen again to give the yen back. So like now the yen is more expensive, so now I basically lose money even if I made like the investment thing. So like I made the $5, which I made the 25 cents, but now I lost like basically all of my, I lost the amount of money that I borrowed. I need to give back like the equivalent of 2,000 yen. I need to give back $10 even though I only borrowed 5, you know? And so that's a problem for the investors. But it's a double problem because they buy it with dollars, and so the dollar there is more in the market, so the dollar has more inflation to it. So like now your dollar is even worth less. So you double lose. Okay. So they try to do that. That kind of works, but the thing is, at each time it works, then the market recalibrates itself, and people are like, well, the yen ain't shit. I'm gonna borrow more yen now because I know the yen is worth more, but I don't care as long as I borrow it now. Then it's not like the only problem is when I borrow yen. I hope that it's not gonna increase in value in the meantime, you know. But if I borrow it now again, then it's not gonna change anything, you know. And so that's what they do. And then they do it again and again and again. And Japan is like, no, don't get our yen, please, please, please. We buy our yen, we sell it, we buy it with dollars, and it's fine. But then America is like, hey, you're kind of ruining the dollar by doing that. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, it's our yen. We gotta take care of it, you know. And like a bunch of investors are doing the thing. And then America looks at Japan and is like, can you remind me how much of American debt you own? And they're like, a lot? And then America is like, well, fuck. If Japan dies economically speaking, then who's gonna buy our debt? We need more debt because we can't make a budget unless we're called Zoran, Goddamn, and Danny, you know? So we gotta be able to finance all the wars that we're doing. How are we gonna do that? Fuck, I think we need to bail out Japan. But how do you bail out Japan against the market? Because the market is always smarter than you. When there is a way to make money, it's always gonna find a way. And so like America tried to bait the investors and be like, hey guys, I swear to God, we're gonna buy yen. Wink wink. But then everybody calls their bluff. And so they're like, well, fuck, now we gotta buy yen actually. But we're not gonna buy yen with our own dollars. The whole point is like we don't want to ruin the value of the dollar. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna buy yen with euros. We have a bunch of euros in our reserve. We're gonna buy yen with it. It's gonna increase the value of the yen. It's gonna push away investors. It's gonna be awesome. They do that. And then the European Union is like, wait, you just fucking used our euro to buy yen? That's messed up, dude. Our euro's not worth anything anymore now. What are you doing? You're fucking ruining the value of the euro to save the yen. And they're like, well, yeah, but like, you know, they had debt and stuff like that. I don't fucking care. You gotta tell us about it first. You know, I thought we were friends. Because like, you know, it's like central banks. They're kind of friends, all of them. They're supposed to be friends. They're supposed to like do stuff together, even though like they're from different countries and stuff like that. And so the US is like, yeah, but like, look what we did. The value of the yen is way up. And then you look at the graph, it's way up for a day. And then it's down again. So the US basically pissed off the EU trying to save Japan. And now Japan has no way to be saved, kind of, unless they actually increase interest rates, because if they increase interest rates, it's going to be fucked for the investors. But they're never going to do that, because if they increase interest rate, nobody's going to be able to borrow, and the economy's going to fucking collapse. So now they're in a very, very wacky situation where, like, they don't know what to do.